Hi, I'm Karla, and I'm going to show you a little bit about home roasting today. Now that I've joined the Sagebrush team, I'm going to be trying out different roasters, so I'll be posting more on my experience with roasters, so stay tuned for that. We'll also give you options on how to purchase this Behmor if you're interested in doing it. Feel free to comment if you are a Behmor user and use it differently than I do. I would love to hear how you use it and how you have found your favorite roast with the settings that the Behmor provides. I got started home roasting because we would often buy our coffee from the grocery store, and we always bought kind of the darker coffees. As we started to roast, we realized that we didn't really like those dark coffees as much, and so actually our roasts got lighter and lighter as we learned how to roast. This is the Behmor. This is the one that I use. I've used it for a few years now, which is why you can see that it's pretty worn. It's also burnt because we have ignited coffee and burnt batches. So it takes a lot of patience as you're learning how to use the Behmor and learning how to discover your own coffee profile that you like. I'm going to show you a few of the parts. So inside you'll see your cylinder, and your coffee will go in here. It's got this little latch. You open it and you put it inside. This will rotate as the coffee roasts. The other part is where the chaff goes. So after your roast is done, you'll have a lot of chaff that sits here, so you'll need to clean that up before you start another roast. So some of the Behmor settings are here. At the top, you have your options for your weight. Then you have A, B, C, D, which are your programs. Then you have P1, 2, 3, and so on, and those are your coffee profiles. A lot of these will depend on what kind of coffee you like. So what I do is I like Latin American coffees, and I often roast 1 pound at a time. So I'll press the 1, and then I'll press C, and then I'll press P1, which is the hottest heat application that this roaster offers. Once I've got the coffee profile set and it starts to roast, I want to sometimes extend the time to get it just right. So to extend the time, there's a timer that will flash right here. When it begins to flash, you have 1 minute to add more time. So I would press C, it automatically bypasses the cooling cycle, and then I keep pressing C every time that it blinks until I get the right smoke, the right smell, the right crack, and then I'll press cool. To increase time, use the program buttons instead of the plus or minus. The plus or minus are limiting. You have more options to extend the roast time if you use your program to get it just right. When you get the right smoke, the right smell, and the right crack, you'll press the cool button, and then you'll let it cool. And it's actually recommended that you wait an hour between roasts to give the roaster time to cool down. Another thing too that may happen, if it airs out or if you miss adding more time, then let the cooling cycle finish, because it's really important to make sure that the roaster stays cool or that it doesn't overheat. It's very easy to ignite coffee. I have done it. So to prevent some of those things, it's important to let cooling cycles finish. Always stay close to your roaster. Don't walk away, because if you walk away, you might miss the smoke and the smell and the cracking sounds. Plus, it is hot. Coffee can ignite. And once coffee ignites, it gets really smoky. So your house will get filled with smoke, and plus you don't want anything to light on fire. But that really is a possibility. I've done it. One other thing I would suggest is read the user manual. In my previous job, I used to write manuals, so I always like to give it a shout out to manual writers, because it's really a thankless job. No one says thank you for a good manual. Anyway, it gives you all the warnings you need, like don't walk away from your roaster. Make sure you're following those instructions, because it is important for safety. And then one last warning is to make sure you're in a room with proper ventilation. It can get smoky, and so you want to make sure that you have lots of airflow so that your room or wherever you're in doesn't get overwhelmed with smoke. Thank you for watching. If you found this information useful, subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more videos on home roasting tips, roasters, and much more. Thank you.